Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while, and by the time I'm filming this, I'm trying to film at least 3 or 4 videos together because your girl, you would know, you would know why you keep watching. But anyways, thank you guys for coming back. The last time we talked about this married apart or living apart. I don't even know how I call the series again. I was giving you guys a backstory. So this year will be 4 years married apart, but about 5.5 years of just knowing each other apart. But then we've known each other, like, if you know our full backstory, me and my husband and I, we've known each other since 2004, but of course we reconnected in 2017. That's that, in case I forgot to put that somewhere. So anyways, back to our story. Where are we now? That's gonna be our title. So you already have a backstory. We've been trying this process. I first started off trying to do fiance, and then I got talked out of it, which is unlike me because I usually stick to what I want to do. So we ended up doing the court wedding and getting married, and we're like, okay, 1.5 years, 2 years max. That's what I know. Finished the situationship that I was doing, and then started the process. Then COVID hit. So yeah. So that's the recap of the backstory, Sha. Long talk and how we've been keeping ourselves going for that one. I think we need to get a detailed video because I kind of just gave a preamble. We'll have a detailed video someday with me and my husband where we just talk about how we survived this last 4 years, especially for me because I'm not a long distance person. I think I'm repeating myself at this point. I like to hold my partner. I like to kiss, I have to cuddle. So he's probably the most patient one, and that's one of the reasons why God has used him to keep us going. But where are we now? So as of right now, we're still waiting. So COVID shifted a lot of things backwards, and so we're just waiting. We submitted all documents that needs to be submitted. At some point, someone was like, maybe you need to go and beg people that you offended because we don't even know. And I'm like, I don't know what I offended. The Jonah. But I know that God has a plan. And I feel like even looking back now, knowing what I know now, if he had come at a certain time, we would have made some mistakes as couples, as a couple. Couples, touchable. So just knowing that is giving me hope that whenever he does come, it would be something that it will be the right time. There will be that fulfillment. Though it's tough now, but going through this has made us stronger. Like, I'm so sure that the devil is very worried that if these two people come together, their force is going to be ridiculous. And I'm not bragging on us, I'm bragging on God in us. Okay? So but yes, married apart, it's been an interesting journey. This year in particular, reason why I talked about it more was because it was the most challenging year for me in the marriage. Most challenging. Nothing that he did, nothing that I did. It was just the distance got to me. It was, there were times where I needed my husband. Oh my God, I needed him so bad, and he wasn't there. So there were times he needed me and I wasn't there. And we started raising a kid, obviously. And so I made the decision to take my kid back to Nigeria. And I kid you not, from the side talks to the hoo-hoo to the ha-ha to the people straight in your face, are you crazy? Like, every kid needs the mother and the kid needs the father too. I am sorry. I am not your most typical mommy person. Funny enough, I'm obsessed with my child. I am so obsessed that most of my friends will not believe that I would be willing to let go of my child. But what I did realize was I wasn't my best for him. And I'm not one of mental health or this one. You ask my friends, I'm always like, depression, mental health. I play it off because I feel like if you let it in and if you focus on it, it starts to build. And so I noticed that mentally I wasn't giving him my all. It became strenuous. I'd done this for a year almost by myself. I mean, once in a while you go to a babysitter, but then the money, and if you're in America, shout out to single moms. No offense to anybody, but I didn't plan to be a single mom. In fact, I had plans. Unfortunately, this is the situation I was. So I made that decision and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my son back home. My husband kind of fought it for a while but eventually he was open to the idea. So after his November party, I think I'm still going to upload my son's party in November. It was good. We had 2 parties, one in the United States and one in Nigeria. It was really lovely.
Look at his face.
Good afternoon. How are you? He's in the car. He's coming. His dad has him. Remember me? Of course. This is so funny. You know, if they were in the
Days.
It's all about it today, you know. I can't say why you do this. You got it, if you don't got it, forget about it. That's
Leave him.
Daniel, DJ.
So after his birthday in November, I just left him there in Nigeria. Dario Lagos, Father Leaf, you, babe, Ava, Anita. Oh man, I'm gonna miss my babies, literally. Love you guys. I came back to the United States and I'm like, okay, let me just get myself in the right space, you know, restructure. We just got a home, and funny enough, we had put off getting a home in America because I wanted my husband to be here and his name on the documents and everything. And then at some point we're like, you know what, we need to stop living like on a probability case, like, okay, let's do this a little bit till that happens, let's do this a little. And I was like, no, you know what, we're just gonna leave. Whenever you come, we continue living at this point, because we had put so many of our plans on hold. So much of our life had been on hold, just waiting on him to come over here. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video, but at first my husband didn't want to come to America. Weird. I was like, who doesn't want to come to America? And I was willing to relocate to Nigeria. And I think at that point when I was willing to relocate to Nigeria, he was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is a decision we need to make. Part of the reason why we were delayed, by the way, him. But eventually, you know, it was a conversation that came up and he was like, okay, then he would do it. And then of course, all these other things started happening. So he didn't want his son living in Nigeria, obviously, security, all of that. But then I had my mother-in-law, there's a whole village, my cousins. I knew he was in amazing hands compared to just being by myself here. Literally, because I only had my dad and my brother. I lost my mom at a very young age. Again, I don't know that I ever want to talk about my personal life like that on YouTube. But the summary of why I'm saying this is because I realized I started looking for videos for couples who live far away from each other and are married and how they're surviving. And there's not a lot of videos. So I'm like, let's talk about it, because we're young. We're all just trying to put our head under the water. But sometimes we need to encourage ourselves. Like, crazy. I was watching someone's YouTube 9 years, 8 years. I'm just 4 years and it feels like the world is falling apart. Like, what is going on right now? But yes, anyways, that was that. So I made that decision. It hurt. I cried for days. I was sick. I don't think it's any easy decision for any mother to make. It's a tough one. So when you see mothers make that decision, before you start saying, she's so lazy, or she's not a good mom, understand that she made that sacrifice because she is a good mom. I could easily have him here and not give him all the attention he needs, all the things he needs to grow up, and that would affect him. So making that decision obviously was kind of tough, like I said, but we made that decision. So I came back to the United States. We got our home. I started moving in, working and getting a new job, and settling him in Nigeria. Of course, my husband had never really been a kids person. Like me, I had taken care of kids on most of my life, so I kind of have an idea going into motherhood, even though nothing ever prepares you for your own child. The other ones, you take care of them and you give them back to their parents, but your own child is you and the child. But my husband hadn't had that experience, and I think that was one of his fear. But he stepped up, he started trying, he started doing more, because it's his blood, get choice. But yeah, that was that. So I think I'm gonna put I don't know if it's in this video or the next video, I'm gonna put a couple of our house, moving into the house and packing. That was a whole nother stress on its own. And it was during that period, I came back in November. I went in November and came back in November because they called me and they're like, hey, the house is ready, you need to come sign. So that was right around Thanksgiving, November 2021. So I left Nigeria, came back, signed, got a home. There's one thing I'm very grateful for. I will tell you my home journey in a different video if someone can remind me, because if I can qualify for a home, my credit score, no 1 year, let me not loud it. Let me not loud it. God just sent someone. He just said it was your time. And so my husband, obviously business in Nigeria can be somehow, but he did all he could. We gathered the money together. We're like, babe, this is the decision we got to do now. And I am so grateful that we have our own home now. Hallelujah. Mortgage is not easy. Go fund me. Anybody? But we're just grateful for that miracle in 2021. But this is where I'll end for where we are right now. We are still waiting for the immigration. I'm still here, married, single, motherhood. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, I am a wife and a mother who is currently just by herself because of immigration. But we're waiting, and it was something I wanted to talk about so that I can remember this process over the years and just be grateful when the time comes to celebrate. In the next video, which I'm going to continue right now because your girl, you understand soon. All right, till next time, don't forget to love, to show love, to give love. Subscribe if you want to. That'll be nice. Share the video. And yeah, I'll see you next time.